Good morning, Roll Gang, and welcome on in to another episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. I am your host, Processor Sky, here with my mother, Dana Sky, on the show this morning in studio for her first ever episode in double, well, I shouldn't really say that word, but I should say in the Spoon Studio. Yeah, I'm super excited to have you here, break down some cannabis news, Mama.
Thank you, Sammy.
How you doing this morning?
Oh, so good.
Yeah?
So good, yeah.
Slept well?
Finally on that Pacific time zone.
That's right. It's a tough switch. So this amazing woman, the creator of me, along with the Wizard, sitting, shout out Izzy in the live in studio audience. But Dana was actually the last flight out of Florida before the
Ian,
the great fucker. I don't know. Yo, fuck Ian. But I'm so excited to have you in the desert live at 8 a.m. Pacific time for this fabulous Canna News Thursday episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. So excited to get on into this week's latest and greatest in cannabis news stories with my amazing co-host and mom, Dana Sky, who also curates and brings the Rolling Spoon Scoop news posts to the Roll Gang. If you guys, I know you all follow at rolling_spoon on Instagram. If you scroll through, see any of those Rolling Spoon scoops with the really interesting tidbits of cannabis industry news, a little Rolling Spoon theme, that is my amazing director of marketing, Dana Sky, hitting up her awesome posts. So thankful for what you do with the scoop. Do you like hitting up the news with?
I love it. Yeah, I love it. I love having the task because then I go dive in and just kind of see what's happening in the world of cannabis and keeps my finger on the pulse. And I try to only deliver good news. I think, breathing positivity into life, but the industry is really important. So you probably won't see me reporting on scoop that's negative or that's not good for cannabis.
You can
find
vibes.
that. Yeah, you can find that everywhere. But lots of fun stuff. I'm having a ball with it.
Yeah. I mean, there is negativity anywhere, but we really pride ourselves as a brand, me as Sam, but I really learned it from my mom and my dad. Super PVO, positive vibes only. I have two of the greatest to ever do it, and I'm so excited to have you on this episode of the Wake and Bake. But I did, as per usual, forget my grinder. So I'm going to grab my
and my phone. Grab my phone, too.
Why do you need your phone?
Because that's where I have my little tidbits I forgot to.
Yeah, your scoop tidbits of the day.
Yeah.
So excited to get on into this Canna News Thursday episode with my amazing anchor woman and mother, Dana Sky. Super excited, but before we get on into this amazing episode of the show with some bomb cannabis news, we gotta roll up the cannabis while we give out the sponsors. Give a shout out to the sponsors of the show because they make it happen for the Roll Gangsters and make this show possible. First and foremost, Oaksterdam University, Oakland, California's finest, and the world's first cannabis college. Roll Gang, a couple years ago, I dropped out of a normal college situation to go and chase my dream of ensconcing myself in this amazing budding industry that is the cannabis industry. And it really leaves you in a place of wonder as to where you're going to achieve the knowledge on the industry, the professionalism. Well, Oaksterdam University serves as a fabulous solution. Get your certificates, your official Oaksterdam certificates in cannabis horticulture, cannabis news, you got compliance, and you can do all of this for 10% off with promo code Rolling Spoon. It's really a magical ability to be able to call Oaksterdam my proud alumni. First ever cannabis college. Promo code Rolling Spoon for 10% scholarship. And this episode, as always, name sponsored by the Rolling Spoon Cannabis Multi-Tool. I'm about to use her to roll a dime every time. What do you think about that sucker, Mom?
I love it. I'm getting better at it.
Yeah, you are. Shout out. The video of the Momster rolling definitely coming soon, but...
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to talk to you, though, if I was rolling, because I'd have to really concentrate.
Yeah, it is like a, it's a very, full and beautiful ritual,
yeah,
if you will.
It's therapeutic. It's kind of like art. It's like paint by numbers or something. You get completely enthralled in it, and I just completely check out. I had so much fun. I think I rolled 5 or 6 yesterday because I was on a roll.
You rolled a 6-pack. You rolled a full.
I did.
You were on a roll. That's pretty good, Mama. That's pretty good. I'll give you that one. She was on a roll. Yo, and they're beautiful too. We're gonna make a video and release that. We got to. It'll be good content for sure. Because not everybody roll. I roll a lot of joints.
I just feel like it's like Izzy, Daddy, making a beautiful cocktail. He stands there with his beautiful limes and oranges and zest and mixing perfectly and giving cherries, Luxardo cherries and round ice cubes, and by the time he finishes, I'm just salivating, And so, the rolling process, the sitting and enjoying the process of the roll is it's like cooking the good meal, before you enjoy it. It's such a no-brainer. I don't understand why people just go for the pre-rolled stuff. I just don't get it because
they don't know how to roll.
I guess
that's the only reason. Honest.
So when I get better at it, I will start posting. I'll start posting little tutorial reels about it because there are little tricks to it that are just so easy, but yet you need to know the tricks.
Yeah.
And the rolling spoon, holy Lord! I mean, there's no chance I could do it without that thing. I mean, it is.
It helps to really dime it up, And honestly, there are people who smoke pre-rolls that know how to roll. But if you know how to roll a real good cigarette that'll burn even every time, it's kind of just a little bit wasteful to not, But shout out to the Rolling Spoon, helping me and my mama roll dimes every single time. And we're about to spark this one and get on into this Canna News Thursday edition of the Weekday Wake and Bake. So excited to put on the Anchorman hat with my mom here and hop on into this cannabis news segment. What do you think, Mama?
I think it's amazing. And I'm excited.
Your game?
Yeah. Am I allowed to share my first little
Yeah,
tidbit?
go ahead. Let's hear it.
Sorry, I have a frog every
First
morning.
Rolling Spoon scooped segment in the history of the show.
Yeah, and I guess this is scoop, but it's kind of historic. And I was blown away when I learned this. 1970s, weed was the very first ever online sale. So think about that.
Ever.
As the internet was just a imagination, these Stanford students and MIT students were, dreaming it up, and we know who some of them are that have made it all the way to the top. But Stanford students bought a bag of weed from MIT students. It was the first ever online sale.
Wow. The first ever internet sale was weed.
Weed.
Between between Bay Area colleges.
Just unbelievable to me. I mean, when I saw that, okay, so anybody that's watching, that'll probably be a scoop story in the near future because everyone needs to know that.
Yes.
That's crazy.
A bag of weed. The first ever online sale. Who knew? Love it. Absolutely love it. Yo, Dana Sky, my mom, coming through with a quick Rolling Spoon scoop segment. That's like historic, honestly.
It's beyond.
It's the first online sale. How many online sales do you think have been made now? Probably a couple trillion. Yeah,
Easy.
probably a couple trillion online sales now. But
Yeah.
sale number one, some cannabis. A bag of cannabis.
Who knew?
Who knew? Rolling Spoon scoop. Gotta love it. But anyways, the first news story from this past week in cannabis news comes from the great state of New York. So New York started issuing dispensary licenses, actually just receiving applicants. You know, they're receiving applicants to give out dispensary licenses, and they were like, let's first allow people to apply that were harmed from the war on drugs. You know what I mean? So people who can claim that they went to jail for smoking cannabis or heavily fined, the failure that is the war on drugs, people that were harmed get to apply for licenses first. 903 applicants.
Oh my gosh.
That claimed harmed from the drug war and applied for dispensary permits in New York. They just closed the applications.
I wonder if they have to be a New York resident to apply to open a dispensary in New York. Because that's a lot of people in the state of New York.
I bet they do. You know, I bet they do have to be at least partial residency in New York if they want to have and open a dispensary there. But I mean,
we'll research it further and we'll report on it.
Yeah.
On the scoop.
Honestly, though, just great to see that 903 people that were negatively affected by the war on drugs. Honestly, a travesty. Because the war on drugs is our own accord. Like, it's the medical industry is the war on drugs. It's not pot. You know what I mean? And so, New York taking full accountability, giving people harmed by the war on drugs the first opportunity to achieve dispensary licenses, which is probably going to be really great business in New York upcoming. Like, super excited to see what New York City dispensaries are going to be like. You'll be able to go down Fifth Ave and just pop on into a dispensary. Won't that be crazy?
It'll be so cool.
We've been to New York City
a
lot.
lot. Yeah. It's one of our favorite places to go as a family. It's been a while.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so cool.
Probably when the dispensary's open. Go trap some spoons in New York City.
Oh my, yes.
Ooh, that sounds like fun. Yo, shout out New York for allowing people harmed by the war on drugs to apply for dispensary licenses first. 903 applicants in the first run. Unbelievable. So the next piece of cannabis news on this Canna News Thursday episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake comes from the great state of Maine. And we actually have some family out in Maine. We know a little beekeeper, Aunt Davida.
Shout out Aunt Davida.
Shout out Aunt Davida. She's got some bees out in Maine. And actually, we were just talking about, like, what if bees could extract honey from cannabis plants? Another thing we probably
would have cannabis-infused honey. Oh, that would be
what would happen? That would be so good. If you just let the bees roam in your cultivation.
Does that make sense?
I don't know.
Aunt Davida, we need you to give us the scoop.
Yep, shout out Aunt Davida out in Maine. So in Maine, 417 Mainers were polled on cannabis legislation. In support, a whopping 74%.
Wow.
Supporting cannabis reform. That is just like, that's not even close, right?
It's happening.
That's 3 out of 4.
Yeah.
That's unbelievable. Like, how much longer can such a negatively stigmatized plant keep its status? You know, like, it's clearly the public darling of the future. No?
Well, 100%. Yeah.
Are you one of the 74%?
I am.
I sure
Of
am.
course. It's kind of like a no-brainer now, so I still don't understand
How long until you think?
25% that aren't. So it's till we're fully legal recreational, the
Yeah.
whole country?
Yeah, if it's really 75%, if that's a good general consensus of the population, how long would it take for that much of a majority to preside?
Yeah, so we're 75% of the way there is what you're saying.
Like, 75% of people think it. Like, the minority is winning right now.
Yeah.
It's really weird. You know, the 25% is the one that's in charge of that law, clearly.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's go with March 3rd of 2025.
All right, I like that. So just within, like, definitely within 3 years, 2.5 years or so.
Yeah.
I think that's probably accurate. Yo, imagine if it happens. We'll forever be able to come back and you'll be like, look, 2.5 years ago, called it.
Let's make it happen.
March 2025, we gotta make a push. That's a very, like, achievable but pretty soon date. Like, that's a good balance. I actually like it, Mom. All right, the next piece of cannabis news. We have 2 more pieces of cannabis news here on this Canna News Thursday episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake. Super excited to get on into them. One from Wisconsin and one from North Dakota, and we also got another scoop segment, but quick shout out, Oaksterdam University, my proud alma mater and the first cannabis college in the world, ladies and gentlemen. My dad and I just went to go celebrate the 15-year anniversary of the school. An absolute class act, doing it right. The Harvard of cannabis. Shout out Oaksterdam University. Use promo code Rolling Spoon, one word, for 10% off your cannabis tuition. ROLLINGSPOON is the promo code for your scholarship. Because after all, the OG Cannabis Multi-Tool isn't just great for helping you roll or pack a bowl. It can get you a scholarship to go to school.
Yeah, and the people that are there, they're the OGs, right? So when you're learning at Oaksterdam, you're learning from people that have been in the industry for their entire career. They're the industry leaders, the industry growers. They're the people that have taught the growers. So, you know, some of the scoop that I get is from other schools that are actually offering cannabis programs. But the number one is where everybody that's lived it and breathed it their whole career is Oaksterdam. And, you know, the rest of them are just kind of saying, oh, I guess we need to jump on this bandwagon. So
you're right.
It's really neat that there's education all around the country now for cannabis, but Oaksterdam is where it started.
First matters in this situation.
Yeah, and I mean, that's, you know, like Sam made some of the most unbelievable contacts because he went there, and they're still in touch with him, and obviously he still very much believes in this school, so I'm
super proud of them.
I'm really impressed with what they've done, and just compliance and business law and understanding what you can and can't do and how to grow. It's all there.
It's all there, truly. Amazing class act of a school. Super proud sponsor of the show. Yeah, here. It'll help your frog. Your little froggy. If it makes you cough, let it. It'll get it out.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh, wait.
Do you want to do your scoop? I
Yeah.
think you should throw in your scoop.
So, tell me if you know who this is. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow reaps in his petty pace from day to day until the last syllable of recorded time.
Whoa, that's deep.
It's part of a soliloquy from...
A soliloquy.
From...
The master of soliloquies.
Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
so
don't even know if there's... Who else does soliloquies? He's the king of
yeah.
soliloquies.
Well, yeah.
Shakespeare himself. Yo, I love it.
So this is really crazy, but they found residue in Shakespeare's house, all over Shakespeare's house of marijuana.
Ah!
Right? So, I mean, you know, it's a long time ago, but yeah, they knew it was.
They found Shake. They found Shake in Shakespeare's house. That is
Shake
funny.
in Shakespeare's house. I
They
like that.
did.
So we're just wondering, I don't know, maybe that's why he created these amazing plays and soliloquies and.
I promise. He was smoking on some limonene.
He was definitely creative.
One of the most.
Right?
Yeah. He is smoking with Shakespeare. I wonder what that would have been like. What a deep
nobody's
sesh.
picked that yet.
No. Hey. Major spoilers, maybe.
On the quick rips.
Yeah. I don't know. That's in a couple minutes, though, Mama.
Oh dear.
That's a spoiler. Was that a spoiler? Tune
I don't
in
know.
to find out. Tune in. Keep on tuning. That's the end of the show topic. But the next piece of cannabis news comes from the Wisconsin governor. So this is kind of a great philosophy of how the country is progressing in legislation. So Tony Evers, the Wisconsin governor, went to the University of Wisconsin-Madison. So in front of all these students, and he urges the students to vote on legalizing cannabis.
Wow.
He says, in quotes, the state depends on you for voting on legalizing cannabis. He's talking to these students who clearly are all stoners. And he's like, please vote, we're depending on you. And the reason why he was doing this is he said in the thing, we're losing millions of dollars of tax revenue to Illinois. So right next door, Illinois is completely legal.
Mm-hmm.
So the governor of Wisconsin's like, students, please vote to make cannabis legal.
Because you know where they're all going. Yeah.
They're just crossing the border and giving all their tax dollars. So don't you think the domino effect will keep happening?
Oh, yeah.
Your border state's legal, so all of your citizens are jumping the border to spend their tax dollars. No, let's just legalize it.
It's like the story that you told a couple weeks ago about all the students that are going to school in recreational states because, you know,
Yeah.
kids your age and younger are realizing that they would rather partake in cannabis than alcohol because they know that it's better for them, or at least they, you know, there's not so much proof that it's so lethal on your system. So it's just, you know, when you think about planning, there's a lot of strategy involved.
So true.
From a state, federal level.
It really is. That was a great mutualism right there. Like, for sure, it kind of goes hand in hand.
It's not just tax dollars. It's really everything. It's kind of the way the world is going. So the more you bury your head in the sand, the more you're going to lose out.
Yeah, it's true. We're all getting more and more connected, you know? We'll see. We'll see how it's going, but the tide is high, and a high tide raises all ships. Nice.
Our ship's fine, thank God.
Yeah, yo, thank
It's kind of
God.
just a dinghy, but
Yo,
we'll call it a ship.
shout out. Shout out. We were visualizing that for sure.
Whew. Yeah.
But so my last piece of cannabis news, one more rolling spoon scoop segment, and then we're going to do the quick rips. So this one is, despite munchies, a study by North Dakota State University shows that legal states are trending downwards in obesity. And on average, cannabis legalized states have 5.4% less obesity than states in which cannabis is still criminalized.
Wow.
Despite the munchies. I don't know if it really makes sense. I mean, you can't really draw massive 5.4% is big though. You know what I mean? That's not just like a chance tick. I'm not really sure what it is, you know. I think we munch for what we like, and I'm really not even quite sure, like, obviously there's a lot of dietary problems in this country, but...
Roll Gang, why don't you send us your comments on why you think that that is so? That would be so cool to see. Because, I mean, I have some thoughts, but I could go on with that one for a long time. But
It's
my
a
first
mystery,
thought that
for
pops
sure.
into my mind is just the lifestyle of a lot of the people that are choosing cannabis. And though they're just more concerned with their health and wellness, you know, it is a medicine.
Yeah.
And
plant medicine.
you know, while you might get the munchies, and certainly I've seen you with munchies. I mean, he does like sugar, but like he goes for the tomato with the basil and the asparagus too.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll send, like, that shit's dank. That shit's dank. You make the dankest broccoli and the meatballs. Like, I'd trade my sweets for that. I mean, most of the time it's the vibe. And for real, I don't know, like, I don't have any, I'm not a real scientist, you know, but I definitely think that it does help metabolism. It does definitively stimulate blood flow, and I think blood flow kind of helps everything, you know, lifeblood. There's a reason why, you know, that's a thing. It's, blood runs through, like, blood is life. Yeah. And the better your blood flows, I think higher metabolism, give you more energy to burn more calories, and, you know, I don't really know. It's a complete mystery. 5.4% lower obesity rates in legal states in comparison to cannabis illegal states. You want to give us that last Rolling Spoon scoop tidbit?
Yes, I do, and I don't know. Tell me if you know this already, but Bob Marley was buried in weed.
No way.
Yeah.
I didn't know
So in
that.
his casket was his guitar, his famous red guitar, and a Bible opened on Psalm 23, and he was in a bunch of weed, right, and a bunch of cannabis. And when you think about the psalm, right, it says, "The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures."
Green pastures.
Yep. So Bob Marley was, he was laid down on the plant.
I promise this is the green pasture. Before all of the absolute daunting power of the government and how they had to fight the power of this amazing plant, you know, I kind of do think they were, you know, consuming herb. The first president was growing. I mean, Bob Marley's a complete legend. I don't know if there's many people in the world that don't know Bob Marley. I mean, buried in herb. I mean, that's pretty... I probably will be buried in herb too, honestly. But I don't know. That's you know, a long way away. I have too many wake and bakes to bring the roll game, and I'm just so fucking pleasured to have my mom be in studio here in Las Vegas, Nevada for this cannabis news episode. I'm just so excited to have her here. We're rolling around. Tomorrow we're going to be going live from Surprise, Arizona for the 3-5 Men's National Championship in tennis. It is about to be an absolute hoot. Isn't it just an exciting time? Have you been having some fun?
It's unbelievable. It's fun. We missed my daughter and I missed the trip to Oakland. I would have loved to have been there, but we had something else going on. And then, Dad's been with him the whole time. So California, back here, some great business stuff going on here, and out to Arizona to watch Sam and his team play and get to meet the man, Jim.
Yeah,
I can't wait to meet his I guess biggest advocate in Vegas. And man, we got to watch Sam hit the ball the other night at Red Rock. Holy cow! Front center court. This kid, he's still got it.
I'm pumped. We're gonna be coming live with content. I think Mama might even be able to shoot a live during the match or something.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah.
During the national championship.
Let us know if you want to see Sam hit. Because
Yeah.
if so, I'll go live on his feed for a little bit, show you some of his finesse.
I mean, and not playing it on ESPN, nothing like that. we gotta make the channel, the Rolling Spoon Network. Hit us up, but so excited and enthused to have my biggest fans there, and honestly, I'm their biggest fans in return. My parents, my mom, Dana Sky, the yoga master herself. Absolute, so proud of you for completing another deep level of school into such an amazing art, and major shout out to my mom for encompassing her passion and going the fuck after it, because there's not quite enough of that, and gotta admire it. But before we get on done with this episode, we gotta put the mama through the quick rips.
Oh, gosh.
The 5 rapid fire questions, and I think I'm gonna have you take one more of these.
Oh boy.
Right before. That's right.
Saying it's super creative.
That's right. That's
Okay.
right. Hey, quick rips with the processor's mom, the grandmother of the Rolling Spoon. You know, I mean, honestly, it's better to have this than a human grandchild right now, right?
I
don't know. You'd be supportive no matter what, but
yeah,
shit, this is the best grandchild you got right now, for sure.
for sure.
Right here. And quick rip segment, 5 rapid fire questions with the mama. You ready to go?
I guess. Yeah.
Let's go. Dana Sky, everybody. Question 1. What's your favorite yoga pose, mama?
That's tough.
Come on.
You know
quick
what?
rip.
Right now, you're not going to believe
Off
this.
the top.
Shavasana.
Nice. Me too.
Total chill, corpse pose. Check out in my monkey brain.
Shavasana.
Still need help with that one.
Yo, it's a great one. Most practiced yoga pose.
It's the hardest one
Mhm.
to sit still and just be with your breath and nothing else.
Yep.
But it's so it's my favorite right now.
Love it. Question 2. Favorite Las Vegas casino resort?
I think I have to copy off of Dad. I really love the Wynn. I do, and it might be because of Earth. Because
Earth Cafe. Take care.
Thai red tea is just unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
I
don't even really fuck with tea.
butter croissant. Oh, but it's so beautiful in there, and it's mostly they appoint all the gardens. Like they're just always with most beautiful colors, and I just love it.
Yeah, it is awesome.
It's hard, and I dream about all of the clothes, especially in that one store. Oh my gosh, think of what it's called.
Literally.
Anyway.
All right, question 3. Favorite family vacation destination? We've come on some good ones.
We kind of did. We just said New York. I mean, I have to say, I really,
was awesome.
I really have loved our family trips to New York.
NYC.
We're all such big foodies, and we love to walk and walk and walk, and just watch people. And that's probably one of the best places. We had a pretty amazing family vacation here, though, in Vegas. So
I mean, they're the human zoos, pretty much.
Yeah.
People watching is a lot of fun for us. I don't know why. We like culture in
but
this
also,
family.
like, some of the, like, when we went to the Caribbean and you and I were snorkeling, I feel like it was, like, Cooper Island or something, and Sam was probably, like, 10, 12 years old, and he was screaming through his snorkel because there was so much to see, and it was like watching Nemo in real life color.
Yeah, and my first time
screaming.
smoking weed in Punta Cana.
Oh, I forgot.
Shout out Kati.
Yeah, except that I was really scared because I didn't know where he was, so we won't talk about that. Couldn't find my son.
I was discovering something else, you guys. Man, And question 4. Favorite cannabis consumption method?
Oh, 100% joint.
Yeah?
Pre-rolled by me or Sam.
All right, yeah, it's gotta be. I love it. We needed to get that clear. All right, last and final question. You get to burn a joint ski with anybody in human history, alive or dead. Who would you choose to burn one with, Mama?
Right now, I would say I'd like to burn with Patanjali.
Patanjali?
Yeah, he wrote the book that is an interpretation of the sutras, which is all yoga philosophy. And man, would I like to get inside his head and understand a little better each of them, especially some that I have questions about. So from my exact situation right now, just coming out of a really intense 10 months of school, I would love to sit with him and just, chew it up a little bit.
Patanjali.
Yeah.
And I honestly think that that would be a great sesh. You would learn, you would have fun, and honestly, Patanjali would appreciate it. You bring him some of this Georgia pie we just burned up. She?
He? Yeah, I think he would.
Patanjali.
I think he'd enjoy that.
I might name a strain after him. Doesn't that sound
cool.
good?
Yeah.
Smoking on some Patanjali?
Yeah, and then the line would be like, we should smoke, or we will smoke, because, one of the very first sutras is, and so we will practice yoga.
And so we will smoke. I love it. That's what we do every weekday morning, We have awoke, so we will smoke. You know what I mean? That's what we say. That's what we do, Roll Gang. Mama, you honestly killed the quick rips. You kill the rolling spoon scoop every time. Awesome that you put on the anchor woman hat so well, and just great episode of the Weekday Wake and Bake Canon News Thursday episode with the Mama, and just
where are you guys headed?
So excited.
Where are you headed?
He just said.
Let's go. Good luck, Sam.
Izzy wanted to know
listen
where
to
we
the
were
peanut
going.
gallery over here. Absolutely out of the craziness.
He was in the bathroom.
Yeah, while we were chopping it up about the national championship coming up. Yeah, we definitely touched on it enough. But, so glad to have my mom on the show, but both of my parents, truly, I love whenever they roll through Vegas. They're a great time, the best of best parents, and it's honestly, I'm so appreciative to have them. So thankful to have them here rather than, a little bit of we can go for a walk and they're going to handle it sounds like it's just going to be a little yard work maybe, I hope.
Oh yeah, our property at home in Florida got a major hall pass, but really sending lots of energy and love to the people that
major
didn't fare
prayers
so well, and Fort Myers and
to those affected by Ian, and huge shout out to my parents for getting out of there and everybody that did safe. I know it's tough, but another day, another dollar. Like my dad said last night, it's beautiful, like 99.9% of the days. So there's a little regression to the mean when it comes to that other day. But let's just do some good imagery, or what's that? Like
manifestation.
Love it. And love having you guys. Shout out Roll Gangsters for tuning in. Love you guys so much. Love session with you guys. Weekday mornings, 8 a.m. Pacific time. Tomorrow is Fuck Yeah Friday. We will be in Surprise, Arizona, and it's going to be some gang shit out there.
It's going to be right before your first tennis match.
Fucking right.
You might even be dressed for it.
That's right.
Very exciting.
Very exciting. Love you guys so much. Love to the parents. Roll Gangsters. Weekday Wake and Bake, Canon News Thursday. With Anchorman Processor Sky and the fabulous Anchor Woman,